Talking about my career and my school period, so I graduated. So I was born in center of Russia, in Perm region, so in very little town, Chusavoy. And then, after winning several so-called school Olympiad, I was interested in physics, so I decided to go to Moscow. Then, I was a student of Moscow Physical Technical Institute, and in '84 I graduated. This is the best institute in former Soviet Union. It was actually a hard time to be a scientist, to start scientific career. So actually, from my point of view, it was quite difficult to start such activity in Moscow because of the perestroika and very hard economical situation. So I decided to move to Latvia because it was perfect place to start. It was more easy to organize life, and also I was happy to meet one of the best former Soviet scientists in luminescence, academic Galanin, and he suddenly, it was just a fate. He's the best coworker. That time was scientist in Latvia, so I joined this group and then started to work. Now we are in a situation when we have to think not only about science, but also to try to find good science for which we could also get money from the best project in the world. So in this case, now we are involved, me and my people, with whom I am working in Riga and in other places. So we are working simultaneously for several projects, and with probably the best institution in the world. So we have project with CERN or for CERN. We also working for several years already for EFRE-Fusion Consortium, and now we're just expecting another project, and I know that we will win it. And we successfully using large-scale facilities situated in Europe, like synchrotron, like neutrons, because I'm absolutely sure that in the best science you can perform on the best instrument, and the best instruments nowadays are built in the big scientific centers. And when you are working at the big scientific centers, you have more chance to meet proper people and to organize and participate in the best projects. Actually, this is my first visit to Siberia. I was when I was a student, I was in a school, what we call Stroyotryad. I was near Vladivostok in '83, and this is my first visit. Even I was not far from here, in Ural. But in my career, I spent 2 years in Japan. I was working for 10 years, more than 10 years in France, then almost more than 1 year in Spain, and many other places, maybe total in 70 countries. About maybe last 5 years ago, we re-established our contact with Professor Lisitsyn from Tomsk University. So we wrote together several scientific papers, and this time also we are trying already to write a couple of projects, joint project between Tomsk and our institute. We are not succeeded yet, but we hope we will perform better work in the near future. So I knew about this from my colleagues, and they organized an invitation for me to come to Tomsk to speak for Tomsk people, for Tomsk scientists, and so I'm happy.